Hello everyone and welcome to the Aberdeen series, to episode 2, where we're getting underway by showing you the start of our transfer window. And it is very much just a start because our season started way earlier than expected and I haven't done as much business as I would have liked, so there's definitely more to come. But we've also got our first few games of the series. I'm very excited for this. You might laugh at some of my signings in particular. Well, there's one signing basically, and you might laugh at him when you see who we've brought in. But you know what? I'm learning the trade out here in Scotland. I'm doing the best I can, and I'm very excited to get into this episode. Before we do though, smash the like button for me and subscribe for more. At the time of recording, I haven't released episode 1 yet, so I don't know how well it's done, but I'm sure you guys will have smashed the support, and if you could do it again on this video, I greatly appreciate it. Drop a comment to help with the algorithm. Check out all the links in the description, loads of things in there that you may be interested in. And with that being said, let's kick off this Aberdeen series, and we're going to start off with our friendlies, then our transfers, and then the matches. So to let you know about our friendlies, we didn't play this one against Osnabrück. I don't know either. I wasn't here when this started, as I mentioned in the first episode. But we did then go and beat FC Midtjylland out in a friendly 2-1 with Bojan Mivovski scoring the goals. It's going to take me a while to learn these pronunciation, guys, honestly. And then we beat... I'm not going to try that. I mean, they've got a capital letter at the end of their name. What's going on there? We beat them 3-1 in a friendly. And now, straight away, we've got the League Cup Group D. I'm going to be honest, I don't know how the League Cup works too much, but we'll play our first 2 games here today, where by the looks of it, I think we're playing lower level teams that we should be expected to beat. So I'd like to get off to a good start learning our teams. And if these early stages of the cup are the really easy matches, I probably won't show them next season, but my plan is to show these 2, get some more transfer business done, and then show you our match against Celtic away in the league to kick off the division, because it doesn't get much harder than that, does it? An away match against Celtic, that is going to be a tough one, but very excited for all of that. First though, we have these league matches, and to help us out, we've had to sign a few new players. Don't laugh too much at some of these transfers. I haven't been able to do everything that I wanted just yet, but we let Marley Watkins go, a player who just wasn't really good enough, was taking up space on the wages, and I'm just trying to free this club up of these kind of players and really build forward. Apologies if I sell your favourite player, Aberdeen fans, but we have let him go for £10,500 to League One club Sheffield Wednesday. And I did mention we needed to sign someone in the right back area to give some cover to our youngster in that spot. Still don't know everyone's names, but I've gone for Phil Bardsley. I know it sounds crazy, I know it sounds stupid, but the man's 4 stars already in that position, and whilst I'm not one to judge star ratings too much, when he's clearly that much better than a lot of the players in our squad and wants to be a star player, despite the fact that I thought he was retired years ago, goes to show the level in our squad, and we're just going to take anyone at this point. I think free transfers are going to be our best friend. I've had a few people in the comments telling me exactly that in Scotland, so we'll be focusing in on loans and free transfers, and the transfer budget, if I ever use it, will be to sign some wonder kids if we can find any on the scout report, or at least some good young players, and eventually we'll start to turn this team round as we get up the divisions. But right now we just need some help to make sure we win matches and do well in this first season. Whether they're old, whether they're young, I'm not too bothered, but we have signed the Scotsman. Originally came through at Man U, played for Rangers at one point on loan. He's been to Burnley, he's been to Sheffield United, Sunderland and Stoke, where he had the main parts of his career, and then eventually fizzles his career out at Burnley, and it's time for him to come to his homeland, to Scotland, to hopefully do a job for us. We'll see how that goes. I've got a few players in on trial as well that we're potentially looking at. A lot of them, as you will see, are old men basically, but that might be what we need. And if we actually go by the people who are on trial, the majority are some of the best players at the club. Sol Bamba, nearly retired. Michael Hector, former Chelsea Academy product. Joris Gagnon, which would be a great signing if we pull that off. Enoch Kawateng, and you'll see they're all centre-backs, so I'm kind of just looking for someone to cover there, and then I'll move on to midfield. But in terms of selling players, it's very hard. There's not many people that want to leave. Christian Ramirez, I'm doing whatever I can to get rid of, but he keeps asking for payoffs. But the problem is those payoffs of 70,000 are more than a transfer fee that I'm getting for him, so it almost seems pointless. But you know what? We'll work on it. The transfers still need to be improved. We need to do a lot of work in that area. But right now, we need to win a couple of games. Now, I don't play the friendly matches, so I haven't actually seen how this team is going to play, how we're going to get on, but this is what we're going to go for. And to let you know the tactic as well, whilst we're here, we're running a 4-3-3, which I think gets the best out of some of our midfield players. One of them is going to be a defensive player, then a box-to-box, a Mizala on the attack with an inverted winger, an inside forward and an advanced forward up top. And we'll be hoping all of those guys together will be able to get the job done for us. But who knows how this is going to go. I feel like our team in his first few matches should be fine. We're just learning everything, getting used to the team, Scottish football as a whole, and understanding the competitions. We're going to give a number to Phil Bardsley, who I can't remember, but I think he might be starting today. And if so, it'll be a big judge of his character. Lost a lot of his physical attributes, but he is still a pretty nice player at the level that we're at. So there we go. We're in our first match. Again, I've done no friendlies myself, so I'm seeing all of these at the same time you guys are. I'm going to have to assign those interviews to someone else because I hate doing them. But let's sort out all of our settings for this save to make sure we've got it on what we want. Here we go. I'm going to say key highlights, match speed, drawing text only highlights at the fastest, match speed drawing about there. The rebuild is underway. The Aberdeen series has started. Can we replicate any of the success that Sir Alex had? We'll be hoping we certainly can. But it's East Fife who we're playing today. Again, probably a lack of respect on my end towards the opposition. I haven't even checked where they are in the leagues, if they're in the second division, third division. But I promise you, I'm not being ignorant. Eventually, I'll start to learn all this about Scottish football. And it's one of the reasons I love FM and playing in nations that you're maybe not used to. Like when I went to the Dutch divisions with Vitesse, who I still love today. I've got the shirt on the wall. You learn so much about football and different leagues and different cultures. I say cultures like I'm actually experiencing the world itself. Obviously not that. I mean like the cultures of the football over there, how the leagues work and the finances involved and all of that. So it will be nice to get involved in Scottish football. It always looks fun when it's on the TV, when you see Rangers Celtic. Lots of challenges flying in, a physical division for sure. And hopefully we can replicate some of that with our teams here. But after the first few minutes, we do seem to be the team on top, possession in our favour, shots in our favour, and we'll see as time goes on whether we need to tweak this tactic a lot, whether it works perfectly already, who knows. But I mean, so far so good. I'm going to treat this like a match that we should be winning, so hopefully we can just bag a goal sometime soon, so we're not worrying about that first match in our professional football career. And it's Deloney Coulson into the box, into his name I'm going to have to try and pronounce here. I'm going to call him Besuijen. Let me know if that's wrong. I'm talking about the Dutch wide player who's probably here underneath my face right now, but it's Besuijen. I'm saying Besuijen. Here he is on the ball. He seems to be our danger man. And I say that as he just plays a completely pointless ball through to the goalkeeper. But in terms of transfer plans and getting transfers done, I've realised that we really don't have much to work with here. I tried to mix the transfer budget into the wage side of things so we had more money to spend on free transfers, but it didn't quite work out. Talk about that in a second because we have scored our first goal and it is that man up top, Miofsky, who has scored, but supposedly it's Phil Bardsley who the striker owes all the credit to for his assist, and it is a nice ball through the middle. We cut through them like butter and Miofsky is able just to slide it in, off the post mind you, but it does go in, so you won't care, as long as we can build up some momentum here, and who knows, maybe even compete for this League Cup. It's too early to say, of course, but I would love to get a trophy early on here, even if we're not expected to win it. But yeah, transfer-wise, it was a lot harder to find players who wanted to join and were willing to accept the wages that we had to offer than I thought it would be. Again, I'm only bringing in players that my scouts recommend, but currently they're only scouting the UK divisions, and what a goal that was from Cal Roberts. I mean, maybe I saw that wrong, but did he just take that, facing away from goal, and then volleyed it without looking? I could be wrong. Here's Besuijen, who crosses it in. I know he doesn't, he plays it to McCory, it comes to Roberts, who brings it down. It's a great shot, turn, and I mean, could the keeper do much about that? I feel like the answer is probably no. Great start from us, and it looks like this game might already be won, which is, like I say, what I expected. But transfer, I was going to talk about my transfers, but this might affect things. Bojan Miofsky, our star striker, potential knee injury, hopefully not out for that long. Christian Ramirez, this is your chance to fight for a place at the club, considering I'm very much about to let you go. He's also said he wants to explore his options at the end of his deal, so I don't see any way that we'll hang on to him past this year. But if he can help us out for one season, that's all I'm after. Chances are none of these players are going to be around in 2-3 seasons' time. Not to predict it too early, but I think we're going to do a lot of work with this squad over the windows. This first transfer window might just be the hardest one, though. I'm looking to kind of revamp those midfield areas a little bit, maybe add one extra player in there. Fullbacks, I think we're okay. We might need another centre-back. And from there, I think we might be fine. I don't want to go too crazy the first window. I'll more be looking for players to bring in January and the summer, potentially end of contract players. All of that good stuff should help us a lot. But 75 minutes in, the game seems pretty much won. We're not really showing an amazing performance, but we're doing what's needed. Now, though, it's time to get some players off and get some fresh legs onto the pitch. So I'm just moving pretty much anyone around that I can. I don't know how many transfers we get, subs should I say. Also don't really know who plays where at this point, but it's just a good idea to get everyone on, get fresh players on and see how we do. So there we go. Subs have happened, don't know anyone that I've brought on, don't know if they're playing in any of the right roles, but hopefully we'll be fine to get over the line here, and I expect nothing but that. East Fife though, want something to say about that with a corner in the 81st. It's crossed in, headed away. Phil Bardsley, he had a good debut, looks like it, with that assist earlier, and East Fife have their first chance of the game in the 81st minute, but thankfully it leads to nothing. Time is ticking away, but we do have one final highlight, and it is Phil Bardsley on the ball as we maybe go for a third goal. No, we've given it away, and it could potentially be a chance for East Fife as they blast it forward, but we defend well. Polvara picks the ball up, finds Kennedy. Kennedy comes into the middle, drives past one, tries to play a long ball over to Ramirez, who has not been good since coming on, and maybe we'll have to give his chances to, I don't know his name, was it like Duck or something on the bench? He looked half decent, but Jack Milne, a great assist there for Matty Kennedy, who heads it into the back of the net. A good finish, a good performance. We'll take a 3-0 on our managerial debut, and we are off on the right track. There we go though, that's a 3-0 win. I don't know how long we have until the next game. Hopefully it's a little bit so we can at least do some transfers. It's in about 4 days, so maybe we won't get anything done. I'll let you know if anything happens between now and then. But if nothing else, I'll show you the next game, so I'll quickly get to that point and let you know what's happened. And as it so happens, nothing has happened between the two games, nothing of note anyway. The only good news that we've had come out recently is that striker that got injured, I've already forgot his name, Miofsky, isn't too badly injured, should be back pretty soon. But for now, we're going to start with Duck in this match and see how he gets on. A few changes here and there. I'm just using the recommended lineups at this point, just getting to know the players, but it seems to be pretty much the same 11. We'll see how they get on, but I am going to ask you guys to do something. I was thinking between that match, it was only a few days, but I feel a bit lost on the transfer front, and I'm sure I will be fine. But I would ask you guys, if anyone's managed in Scotland or managed with this kind of budget, where it's pretty much just free transfers, or really cheap players or loanees, give me some names. Give me some names of people that you would sign, and hopefully I can assign my scouts to the areas where them players come from and see if we can pick them up. Because if I can get a good scout report on them and the scouts think it's worthwhile, then I'll go for it. Obviously, that's within the confines of the saves rules. And to let you know, I didn't even mention, but today we are playing Fraserburgh. I'm going to say Fraserburgh. Possibly wrong, but yeah, any Scottish speakers in the audience, let me know in the comments. 30 minutes in though, we're not looking too promising. He says, as loanee Leighton Clarkson finds a back of the net for his debut goal for Aberdeen. He's someone that, I don't know with these players, whether we're, just playing them for development purposes or whether we're expected to be able to maybe convince someone like Leighton Clarkson to stay on at our club after he's left. But if you look at his transfer value, Liverpool aren't going to let him go. Maybe his contract hasn't got too long left. I mean, he's there till 2024. So yes, it looks like we're just one of them teams that are developing people for those big clubs instead of what I would like, which is loaning them in with the hopes of getting them to sign eventually. But right now, I mean, any transfer value anywhere close to $1 million is crazy. We're playing in the 10,000, 20,000 region right now. So we'll see what we do there, but it will be a bit of a process cleaning this squad out and getting the players that we want in, but it's something that I'm very excited for. It's always the best part of these saves, I find. As much as the matches are fun and, winning the titles and aiming for that stuff, that's great, but I just love making the transfers and completely changing the club's fortunes that way. You'll know by now, anyone who's shouting in the comments about the tactic, and I don't want to hear it throughout the series, anyone who shouts in the comments about the tactics, I'm no tactical genius. I just basically find a tactic, stick to it, and start to build my team around that tactic until it works. Might be a stupid way about it, it's just the way that I manage. But anyway, we've just gone 2-0 up. And it is a goal for new signing Duck. Yes, Duck, that's what we're going to call him. It might be pronounced differently. A terrible finish, but Basujan's ball into the box didn't require much to go in the back of the net. And even though Duck did his best to miss, he did manage to score. So there we go. We're 2-0 up, and this will give us 6 points in this League Cup, I assume. Do not know whether that means we're already qualified. We've still got a couple more games to play. I'm going to guess how it works is we do these league games now, and then probably months down the line, we have to play the other matches in the League Cup. I probably should have done my research, but you know what? We just turn up to the matches, we win them. That's all that matters to me. But I am kind of fearing that Celtic match. We need to do a lot of work before then. Although I've got to say, we're not really putting too many feet wrong in these matches. But again, I don't know about I keep saying and again, don't I? But yeah, I don't know too much about the level of our position here. whether we're underperforming or overperforming. But we are 3-0 up now, and it is Basujan who scores. He's assisted by Duck up front, and he looks like he can be the backup striker, and I'm very happy to get rid of that Ramirez guy if we can. The American international, as mentioned, just will only take a payoff to leave, and it's really annoying. We've had some good deals come in. I say good deals, I mainly want him off the wages, but 40, 50,000 pound deals would be great for us. He rejects it. I end up getting, a deal for 20k through. Finally works, and he goes, oh yeah, I'll join if you pay me 100 grand to leave. Like, where does he think we're getting this money from? There's a reason we're selling you for 20 grand, mate. So yeah, we're probably going to have to keep him until the end of the year and let his contract expire. But 57 minutes in, are we going to go for a fourth? Or are Fraserburgh going to have the first chance of the game? Again, I've pronounced that one completely differently this time. Just seeing how I feel as I say the name, I guess. Here's McCrory, though, midfield. I've got to say, that midfield two of McCrory and Clarkson do seem to be playing well. And from what I remember, they are two of the better players in the team. And speaking of McCrory, what a goal that is. Phil Bardsley lays it off for another assist from the old man. Probably is time we give some game time to the young player, but when possible, Phil will play because he is a very good talent compared to the rest of our team. He's played it into the middle, and McCrory's just gone, yeah, I'll have that. Top left corner. Great strike, great goal, 4-0 up after 60 minutes. Cannot ask for too much more than this, and everyone is having a good game at this point, other than our inside forward. With that done, probably time to make some changes. The match is over. Let's just keep people fit. Phil Bardsley, let's give some room to the youngster. Anthony Stewart is one of our better players, so we'll give him a chance to rest. Rabdani, is there anyone that could come on for you? I mean, at this point, we're going to win the game anyway, so I'm really not bothered about who we bring on and where. So we'll just do this, do that, and then Kennedy, let's get you off. For Cal Roberts, sure, he was all right last game. Anyone that needs some game time? Ryan Duncan, where can you play? Let's stick you there. Again, terrible management from me. I really should know more about my players at this point, but I'm learning. I'll get there. We'll figure it out as time goes on. And there we go. Can't make any more subs. We've done all we can. Get on the pitch, finish the match off for me, and then we can really get started with the transfers. I did think ideally what I wanted to do was maybe not record here, but record that first match against Celtic and get all the transfers done by next episode. But I did promise you that I would have an episode done the day after I released the first episode, and here it is. I just wanted to get it out to you guys, so I apologise there's not too much to talk about. The reason I took an intake of breath there, though, was because of this amazing goal. Jack Milne lays it off to that youngster, Leighton Clarkson, who looks like he might be a shining star for us this year. Takes a long shot, it goes in, and looking at his attributes, he looks like he has the quality to play at a higher level than us. And again, I'm considering us as a 6th, 5th place team, even if we should be higher as the reputation of Aberdeen. Just looking at the media preview and where the club vision expects us to finish, clearly we're not expected to be anywhere near those top 2-3 clubs. So anything we can do is awesome. And the fact that someone like Leighton Clarkson looks to be at a very good level in the Scottish divisions is great to see. And I don't just mean that he's performing well here, I actually mean his attributes look pretty good. And is someone up for their hat-trick right now? I have a feeling someone might be on the hat-trick. Could be wrong. It is Clarkson, of course it is. I just spoke 10 minutes about the man. He has now scored 2. He scores the penalty and makes it 3. That's 6-0 on the night. We're seeing the game out with a lovely win, and Leighton Clarkson will be full of joy after this match. And as mentioned, him and McCrory in that midfield are going to be a great pairing. I can feel it. 6-0 win. We are flying. No goals conceded. 9 goals scored. Can't ask for too much more than that. Probably should have done this first, but I've just gone to check where these teams are in the league structure, and it's not even telling me what league that Fraserburgh team are. East Fife are in League 2. Is that the 2nd division or the 4th? Oh, this shows just how much I know, doesn't it? Right, let's go to Scotland. If we go to competitions, okay, League 2, so they're 4 divisions lower than us, and here I am getting excited about a 3-0 win. Look, we'll take whatever we can. You can only beat the people in front of you. It's going well so far. They want a permanent deal struck for Clarkson. Oh, boy, would I like that as well, but I don't expect anything like that to happen. Maybe we'll play so well that we'll convince him to stay. I think the first aim of this season, though, as much as it is rebuilding the club, I'm going to be brave, and I'm going to say I want to get some kind of European football. Assuming 3rd place or lower does get that, I think we could try and push for it. If we can get that, we can suddenly get this rebuild off and started. We'll get some money in to actually bring in some talent into the squad and see how they do. But that is the end of episode 2. Very excited for the 3rd one where we can do all the transfers. But I just wanted to give you guys a 2nd episode to fill you in on what's going on. But hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you have, smash the like button for me. Drop a comment down below. Subscribe for more. But most of all, have a great day, everybody. And I'll see you next time. Thank you and goodbye.